Picture this. You're in the middle of a vast, empty desert. The sun is blazing down, and there's no sign of water, no trees, no shade, just endless sand stretching as far as the eye can see. Now imagine being all alone in this desert with only a small child by your side. Both of you desperately needing water. That's exactly what happened thousands of years ago to a woman named Hajar and her infant son, Ismail. You see, Prophet Ibrahim, following a command from Allah, had left his wife and child in a place where there was nothing, no civilization, no resources, just a barren valley. He trusted that Allah would provide for them, even in such an inhospitable place. But as days turned into weeks and then into months, Hajar's supply of water ran out, and she began to worry. With no other option, Hajar made a decision that would forever change history. She climbed to the hill of Safa, looking for any sign of water or any hope that she could give her son. When there was nothing in sight, she ran to the other hill, Marwa, hoping to see something, anything. She did this 7 times, back and forth, searching desperately. Can you imagine the exhaustion she must have felt? Running between these hills, heart pounding, not knowing what to do next? But just when it seemed all hope was lost, something miraculous occurred. The angel Jibril, sent by Allah, appeared before her. With a single strike to the ground, water began to gush forth, flowing from the earth as if by divine command. The water was pure, fresh, and abundant, and it didn't stop flowing. It kept coming, providing enough for Hajar and her son to drink, and giving life to that barren desert. This wasn't just any water. It was the beginning of a divine miracle, one that would last forever. That water is known as Zamzam, and it is as miraculous today as it was then. But what makes this story even more incredible is that this water didn't just appear out of nowhere. It wasn't a random event or a coincidence. It was a direct response to the trust Hajar placed in Allah. She was desperate, yes, but she never lost her faith. And because of her unwavering faith, Allah gave her and her son not just survival, but a blessing that would echo throughout history. Zamzam's origin story isn't just about water. It's about the power of faith and trust in Allah. It teaches us that no matter how impossible our situation seems, if we place our trust in Allah, He will provide. And the fact that this well still flows to this day is a living testament to that promise. So when we look at Zamzam today, it's not just a source of water. It's a symbol of hope, faith, and the unshakable belief that when we rely on Allah, He will provide, no matter the circumstances. The miracle of Zamzam is timeless, and its story continues to inspire millions of people, just as it inspired Hajar all those years ago. Let's fast forward a bit. Thousands of years have passed, and the Zamzam well is still flowing today, as it has for generations. But why is Zamzam so significant in Islam? What makes this water so special, not just to Muslims, but to all of humanity? In the Quran, Allah speaks of the Kaaba, the sacred house in Mecca, as a place of return and safety. In Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah says, "And remember when we made the house a place of return for the people and a place of security." Surah Baqarah 2:125. The Zamzam well is directly connected to this divine purpose. It's not just a well in the middle of a desert, it's a living reminder of Allah's mercy and provision. Think about it. A barren, empty valley with nothing but sand and heat, and then Allah provides water, pure, abundant water, flowing from the ground. In a place where survival seemed impossible, Allah showed His boundless care for His creation. That right there is the essence of the significance of Zamzam. It's a symbol of Allah's grace and His ability to provide for us in ways that seem beyond comprehension. For Muslims, Zamzam represents more than just water. It holds a deep spiritual meaning. It's a symbol of divine sustenance. When pilgrims make their way to Mecca for Hajj or Umrah, they go to the Zamzam well to drink from its blessed water. It's not just for hydration, it's for a spiritual connection. Pilgrims often make prayers for themselves, their families, and even for the world, seeking blessings as they sip from this miraculous source. Zamzam isn't just a source of water, it's a source of barakah, blessings. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, spoke of Zamzam water in a way that reinforces its significance. He said, "The water of Zamzam is for whatever it is drunk for." Sahih Muslim. This means that the water of Zamzam holds a special blessing. It transforms based on the intentions behind it. If you drink it for healing, it becomes a source of healing. If you drink it seeking guidance, it becomes a means of divine guidance. Whatever purpose you have in mind when drinking it, it becomes a vehicle for Allah's mercy and blessings. Isn't that beautiful? Zamzam water is a living testament to the power of intention. It's not just about the physical act of drinking water. It's about the trust you place in Allah, the connection you feel, and the blessings that follow. It's a reminder that Allah's mercy is endless, and that He is always there, providing for us in ways we might never fully understand. So, every time someone drinks from the Zamzam well, whether they are in Mecca or holding a small bottle of Zamzam water in their hands from a distant place, they are partaking in something much greater than just a drink. They are tapping into a rich, blessed history, a history that connects them to the miraculous story of Hajar and her son, Ismail, and the continued provision of Allah's mercy through the ages. It's a gift that has not only survived the passage of time, but continues to flow, carrying with it the hopes, prayers, and blessings of millions. Now here's something that truly adds to the wonder of Zamzam. Despite centuries passing, it has never once run dry. Yes, you heard that right. Zamzam is still flowing today, providing millions of gallons of fresh, pure water every single year to the millions of pilgrims who visit Mecca for Hajj and Umrah. Think about that for a moment. In a region where rainfall is scarce and natural water resources are limited, how is it that this well continues to flow without fail? It's a question that has fascinated people for centuries, and the answer is as miraculous as the well itself. You see, the Zamzam well doesn't just sit in the desert with no source of water. It is actually sitting atop an aquifer, a natural underground reservoir of water. This underground source is constantly replenished, ensuring that the well never runs out, no matter how many people drink from it. This is not just any ordinary well. It's a system that Allah has designed with perfect wisdom. It's a system that defies the laws of nature, a source of water that never runs dry, no matter how much is consumed. The water continues to flow, pure and abundant, year after year, decade after decade. And what's even more incredible is that it remains untouched by the passage of time. Scientists and experts have studied Zamzam for decades, trying to understand how it continues to function with such consistency. They've found that no matter how many people come to drink from it, no matter how much the demand increases, the well continues to provide water without ever diminishing. How remarkable is that? In a world where natural resources often seem to dwindle with overuse, the well of Zamzam remains a living miracle. One that never ceases to give, no matter how much it is used. It's a testament to Allah's divine power and provision. It shows us that when something is part of His plan, it will endure. When something is meant to serve a purpose, nothing can stop it from fulfilling that purpose. Every time a pilgrim drinks from Zamzam, they are drinking from a well that has been flowing for thousands of years, never once running out of water. Every sip they take is a reminder that Allah's mercy and provision are limitless, that His design is beyond our understanding, and that His miracles are ongoing, even in the most unlikely places. How many other places in the world can boast of such a story? How many other sources of water continue to flow with such certainty and consistency? It's not just a well, it's a living symbol of Allah's continued care for His creation. And as long as that well continues to flow, it will remind us of the incredible mercy, grace, and power of Allah, something that will continue to inspire awe for generations to come. Now let's talk about something truly extraordinary, the blessings of Zamzam water. It's not just any water. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, spoke of Zamzam in a way that sets it apart from all other sources of water. He said, Zamzam water is a cure for whatever it is drunk for. Sunan Ibn Majah. Isn't that an incredible statement? This isn't just about quenching thirst, it's about healing, restoration, and even spiritual growth. For centuries, Muslims from all over the world have turned to Zamzam for more than just physical refreshment. It's been sought after for healing purposes, for personal prayers, and for the hopes of gaining blessings from Allah. Think about the physical benefits for a moment. Zamzam water is believed to contain natural minerals that aid in hydration and overall health. These minerals, coupled with its purity, make it a precious resource. Pilgrims who drink it, as well as those who keep small bottles of it at home, often believe that it brings them vitality and strength. And it's not just the body that benefits. Many also believe that it has the power to heal the soul. When someone drinks Zamzam water, they do so with a deep intention in their heart. Whether it's for physical healing, spiritual guidance, or peace of mind, that intention is key. Now let me ask you, how many of us have some kind of ritual we follow every day to stay connected to our faith? Maybe it's reading a few verses of the Quran or praying at specific times. What if you could turn something as simple as drinking water into an act of devotion? With Zamzam, that's exactly what happens. Every time someone drinks from it, they do so with an intention to seek Allah's help. Whether it's asking for healing, peace, or direction, the act becomes so much more than a physical need. It becomes a form of worship, a way to connect spiritually. And this connection isn't just personal. It's something that has been passed down through generations. Muslims around the world have shared this belief for centuries, always seeking the blessings of Zamzam water. Whether it's a mother who prays for her child's health, or a person asking for clarity in a tough decision, drinking from the Zamzam well is a way to reach out to Allah for His mercy and blessings. Imagine drinking a simple glass of water, but knowing that it's not just ordinary water, it's water that's been flowing for thousands of years, carrying with it the promise of healing, peace, and guidance. This makes Zamzam water more than just a resource. It makes it a sacred gift. And every time someone drinks from it, they are partaking in a long legacy of faith, hope, and connection with Allah. So the next time you take a sip from a bottle of Zamzam water, remember, it's not just hydrating your body, it's nourishing your soul as well. It's a source of blessings, healing, and a reminder that Allah's mercy is always within reach. I can already imagine some of you thinking, how can a well, right in the middle of a desert, continue to produce water, year after year, without running dry? And why is this water so special? Well, let's take a moment to dive into the science behind this incredible phenomenon. Zamzam water doesn't just flow for no reason. It's part of a carefully designed system. Beneath the surface, there's an aquifer, a vast underground water reservoir that feeds the well. What's so fascinating about this aquifer is that it has a natural filtration system built into it. This system helps ensure that the water stays clean and pure. Imagine that. In a land where water is so scarce, Allah has provided a way to keep this water fresh and drinkable for centuries. But here's the really astonishing part. Even though thousands of years have passed and millions of people drink from it every year, the water has not only remained abundant, it has also remained remarkably pure. In fact, studies have shown that Zamzam water is free from harmful bacteria or contaminants. It's essentially sterile, which makes it stand out from many other water sources in the world. Now let's pause and think about this for a moment. In many places across the globe, water is filtered and treated before it reaches our homes. But Zamzam water, flowing naturally from the earth, doesn't need any treatment. It's already clean, it's already pure, and it's a miracle in itself. You may ask yourself, how can something like this happen in a region known for its harsh climate and lack of natural water sources? Well, it's clear that what we're dealing with here is beyond just natural law. It's divine. Allah has provided for His people in a way that defies logic and reason, and that's what makes Zamzam water not just a natural resource, but a miraculous one. It's a testament to His power, wisdom, and mercy. So, the next time you hear about Zamzam, remember that its purity isn't by chance, it's by divine design. It's not just an ordinary well, it's a symbol of Allah's preservation and care, one that's withstood the test of time and still flows today, just as it did for Hajar and her son Ismail so long ago. And that, my friends, is a miracle in itself. Now you might be wondering, why does Zamzam matter to us today in our daily lives? Is it just about drinking water from a well in Mecca? Not quite. The true lesson of Zamzam goes far deeper than that. It's about trust, faith, and believing in Allah's provision, even when everything seems impossible. When we think of Zamzam, it's more than just a source of water. It's a symbol of Allah's mercy, His endless care for His creation, and His power to create miracles in the most unlikely of places. Just picture this. A well in the middle of a desert, providing water that has sustained generations and continues to do so today. That's not just nature at work. It's Allah's divine intervention. Every time a pilgrim drinks from it, they are reminded of this profound trust in Allah's ability to provide, even when the odds are stacked against them. And here's the thing. Zamzam is a living reminder of the promise Allah made to His believers. It teaches us a vital lesson, that Allah can provide for us, even in the most difficult circumstances. You see, Hajar and her son, Ismail, were placed in a seemingly hopeless situation. They were in a barren desert with no water in sight. Yet, in that moment of dire need, Allah provided for them. And that provision has continued ever since. Now let's bring that lesson to our own lives. Sometimes we might feel like we've reached the end of the road, facing challenges that seem too big to overcome, or circumstances that feel impossible. But Zamzam reminds us that even in those moments, Allah's mercy is boundless. He will provide. It might not always be in the way we expect, but there's always a way forward, just as there was with Zamzam. This is what makes Zamzam more than just a well. It's a symbol of unwavering faith, trust, and reliance on Allah. It's a reminder that no matter what we face, Allah is always there, ready to provide and to guide us through the toughest of times. And when we turn to Him in prayer, seeking help or healing, we are partaking in a tradition that has lasted for centuries, a tradition of faith, trust, and divine mercy. So the next time you think about Zamzam, remember this: it's not just water. It's a sign of Allah's constant care and His ability to provide for us, no matter where we are or what we're facing. It's a lesson in patience, in trusting that Allah's plan is always better than ours, and in the belief that His mercy will always find a way to sustain us. The story of Zamzam is far from just an event of the past. It's a living miracle that continues to touch the lives of millions today. From the moment when Hajar and her infant son, Ismail, witnessed the first flow of water in the middle of a barren desert, to the countless pilgrims who now benefit from its blessings, Zamzam is a timeless symbol of Allah's mercy, trust, and faithfulness. Think about this. Every time a person drinks from Zamzam, they're not just drinking water. They are partaking in a blessing that has been flowing for thousands of years. A constant reminder of how Allah provides for His creation in the most unexpected ways. It's a living reminder that Allah is always there, even in our most difficult moments, just like He was there for Hajar and Ismail. So the next time you hear about Zamzam, or perhaps even have the opportunity to drink from it, remember the deep lessons that come with it. It's a reminder that no matter how challenging life might feel, Allah's mercy is endless and always present, flowing like the water of Zamzam itself, steadfast and life-giving. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey today. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that inspire and bring us closer to understanding the miracles and mercy of Allah. What are your thoughts on the miracle of Zamzam? I'd love to hear your reflections in the comments below. Until we meet again, may you always find peace in Allah's mercy, knowing that He is always there to provide, guide, and bless you in ways beyond your imagination.